Hey guys, I wanted to share something. I had a dream this morning. It was very short, but it was very clear, and it had a lot to do with things going on in the world. And I'll describe the dream real quick. I woke up early in the morning, and then within like a minute, I said something. I said a prayer. I don't remember clear. I remember when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'm just like, just out of habit, or it's just out of, just love. I'll say, I love you, Father. I love you, Lord. I love you, Jesus. And I said something like that, and I went right back to sleep, and I went right into this dream. And in the dream, I saw the Good Shepherd, and he was walking with all these little children. And some were holding his hands on left and right. They were all around him, gathered around, and they were walking through what looked like kind of like knee-high grass, kind of. But the look on these children's faces when they were looking at Jesus, when they were looking at our Messiah, they were captivated. They were in awe of him. Because when you're a little kids have really good instincts, believe it or not, when they're around someone that is not good. And or around someone who is a loving person and is not a threat. And the children in this dream were looking at the Messiah, at the Good Shepherd, in such a way. And it reminded me of two things, that we need to be like children. We need to be like the little ones, like the sheep. Because trust me, we need a shepherd, guys. We can do nothing without him. Nothing without him. He is, when the Most High created us, imagine like creating a boat, all right? And not giving it a sail, or creating a sailboat, not giving it a sail or a rudder, and just throwing it out in the ocean. It's going to get tossed about and flipped over and destroyed. But the Father in heaven didn't do that for us. He created the sailboat, gave us sails so we could catch the winds or the spirit, his spirit. And then he gave us a rudder to kind of navigate, the storms and the waves in this world. And the rudder is, what I consider to be, his word. And then the captain of our vessel should be the Messiah. We have all of those things to operate in this world. And honestly, that's all we need. But we don't know what direction to go or even where we're going without the Good Shepherd. And, in this dream, the little kids, they didn't care where they were going. They were just going to follow Jesus wherever he went. They were not going to leave his side. And, in the dream, I remember thinking, I want to be there. I want to be like one of these little children, And guys, we have to be quick to forgive, slow to anger. We have to be innocent as far as, and true in how we're dealing with others, in our interactions with each other, because that is the way of the Father. He laid out all the foundations in his ways to guide mankind in truth, and listen to the words of our Good Shepherd. And, the second thing with this dream, it was really tuned in to what's going on in the world right now. There is a phenomenon going on with the movie that came out. And I'll say this, I am very cautious about Hollywood, anything that comes out of Hollywood, because I don't think they can bear any good fruit. I don't buy into the whole narratives they push, because here's what's happened. If you watch the waters of the world got to a flux, a central point where, people are openly talking now about things that we as children of the God have been talking about for a decade when it comes to hurting little children. And what I think has happened is that they just rode that wave of truth to make money. Because I'm telling you right now, anything that comes out of Hollywood, it's all dead fruit. Nothing good can come out of there, because if you're in Hollywood at all to even get a script or any backing of a studio, you have to be one of these societies. period. You know, even the producer of this, I won't say his name, of this new movie is a, you know, a strict adherence follower of the Catholic religion. The Pope, he's like, Pope this, priest that, knowing what I know about the Catholic Church, that is a red flag, period. They can say the name Jesus all they want. They can recite the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic all they want, but we have to use discernment. And in this dream, I remember when I woke up, I had a smile on my face, first of all, for what the picture that I saw. You know, the innocence and the children just, they didn't want to be anywhere else but with our Messiah. And then the second thing was with what's going on in the world. You know, I'm just real cautious about any of these movements. You know, don't get wrapped up in politics. Don't get wrapped up in any of these movements because they see what people are talking about. These wicked ones do. And it is perfect timing that this movie came out when it's been talked about for years. You know, how little innocent ones have been hurt. And Hollywood has a huge part in that. If you're in Hollywood, you know, without a doubt, how they hurt and take advantage of little children, period. They've known, but now they just start talking about it. It's fake. It's not genuine. And this is the truth. No one wants to hear this. And when I see quote unquote Christians that have seen the movie, which no problem with going to see the movie, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's all emotional. I cried. I couldn't believe it. I cried. But here's the thing. They will use this. This was the second thing that the dream led me to. They could easily roll all this emotion into creating a biometric system for the whole world. Well, you know, with the whole trafficking problem, next thing you know, you got the WEF up there. We're going to make a digital currency and we're going to microchip every child so that this doesn't happen anymore. And then you'll probably get Ron DeSantis up there. I support the biometrics and we need to start tracking every human on the planet so that the little ones are protected. Remember, when they say peace and security, they're lying. They are vipers. And people that follow Trump, he already said he wants a biometric system. He's not just talking about quote unquote terrorists. He's talking about for you and your family. He is a viper. And I get people all the time that years ago I told them, and now they come and say, Sean, I can't believe that I was sucked up into that. And you have stayed true, and I will stay true to that because the Father in heaven has shown me these things. He has shown me these things. He drew a line in the sand with it. And the same thing with this movement. Don't get wrapped up. You know, because, you know, that is the next play, microchipping. And they're going to make it, they're going to take what is meant to be good. See, they create the problem. They create the solution. Okay, it's the old adage, what the devil does, right? And, you know, that will be the next play, and that's bad news because people will get wrapped up emotionally, go line up to get their kids microchipped, you know, or it'll start like this. If you come into the country, you know, or this, you'll have to get one. I'm just telling you, it's not good. I had a very eerie feeling about this whole thing because the world is blinded by the evil one. The evil one, he knows humans, we have emotions, and he will execute his fake evil will upon you based on how you emotionally react to what he shows you. You know, we have to be like a sailboat that was created by the Most High. He made you, he made your vessel, he gave you sails to catch his spirit. Okay, that pilot light I talk about. And he's going to give you a rudder, the word of God, to navigate the world and all the lies. Then he's going to give you the best captain in the world in Jesus, in his son. So you have everything you need. But people, again, will get sucked up into the lies of the world. And I just, the hour's too late. Don't promote any of this stuff. You don't know what's behind the scenes. You know, taking good or things that are supposed to be good, and it's wicked. Because I'm telling you, in this dream, Jesus was the good shepherd for these children. He is the protector of the innocent. And I'm telling you, anyone that hurts a little one, the wrath of the Lamb is coming for them.